Hello, aspiring hunters. Welcome to the Hunter Experience. Don Freecss, Gon's grandfather, is on the Dark Continent. We know nothing about him, but we do know that his descendants already possess extraordinary power. However, his ancestors seem to be even stronger, like Calamities themselves. You'll discover more about this in today's video. If you're prepared for the incredible hunter journey, click like and subscribe to the channel to join our troop. Don't forget to comment on who your favorite character is in Hunter x Hunter. Now, let's continue with this incredible story. Guys, the story of Gon Freecss, the young hunter from Hunter x Hunter, is a journey filled with discoveries and transformations. From the start, Gon is portrayed as someone searching for his father, King Freecss, whose absence leaves a void in the protagonist's heart. However, as the story progresses, a more complex revelation emerges. Gon might not just be an ordinary character in a world ruled by powerful hunters and fantastical creatures. Instead, he could belong to an ancient, mysterious lineage, possibly connected to the calamities of the Dark Continent. The Dark Continent, shrouded in mystery and danger, is associated with catastrophic forces and entities so powerful that few dare to explore it. Amid this chaos and power, the first hints of Gon's connection to the calamities begin to surface. And the theory that he carries the legacy of these forces might not be as far-fetched as it seems. Don Freecss, Gon's grandfather, is an enigmatic figure. Little is known about his life and actions, but part of his story might hold the key to understanding Gon's true origins. Don was one of the few who ventured into the Dark Continent, a place of unknown dimensions where the laws of nature and physics seem to operate differently. Don returned from his journey, but something about him had changed. His decision to withdraw from the world of hunters, abandoning the pursuit of great adventures and mysteries, suggests that he encountered something in the Dark Continent powerful or unsettling enough to alter his destiny. This choice to retreat from the spotlight, seemingly in response to a transformative discovery, could be directly linked to the calamities inhabiting the continent. An intriguing hypothesis arises from Don's behavior after his return. He may not only have discovered something in the Dark Continent, but also formed a connection with the forces or beings dwelling there. The Dark Continent is renowned for housing creatures and phenomena beyond human understanding. And it's possible that Don, through contact with these entities, absorbed or inherited some power or curse that was passed down to Gon over generations. Don's relationship with the Dark Continent opens the door to many speculations about the Freecss' family legacy, particularly how these experiences in the unknown might have shaped Gon's lineage. It wouldn't be surprising if during his journey, Gon discovers that his life story is more intertwined with the calamities than he ever imagined. This could explain some of the mysterious behaviors and abilities Gon displays, as if he carries within him something primal, a force that goes beyond mastering Nen or simply striving to become a great hunter. The Dark Continent, as its name suggests, is a place veiled in shadows and chaos. It's a territory where the laws of physics are malleable and natural phenomena exhibit an almost unpredictable, destructive nature. Among the greatest mysteries of this land are the Calamities, immensely powerful forces that inhabit the region. These entities aren't just beings with great destructive power, but also forces that distort reality itself. They affect not only the physical space, but also the laws of nature and perception. The Calamities' nature is so profound and chaotic that even the most experienced hunters avoid venturing near them. Thus, the Dark Continent becomes a symbol of the unknown and the true face of power. The possibility that Gon might have an ancestral connection to these entities is one of the most fascinating hypotheses to explain certain events in his life. One of Gon's most striking characteristics, potentially tied to this legacy, is his ability to access powers that seem instinctive and beyond normal comprehension. During his fight against P2, Gon experiences a surge of power so overwhelming it surpasses the limits of Nen. He transforms into a nearly unrecognizable version of himself, both in appearance and mentality. This radical change in his combat ability could be seen as the manifestation of a force that cannot be explained solely by Nen techniques or sheer willpower. It raises the possibility that Gon may have inherited a primordial power from the calamities of the Dark Continent. This surge of power seems less like a skill that can be taught or conventionally acquired, and more like an instinctive awakening. The way Gon accesses an immense amount of energy, sacrificing his own life, suggests that he's tapping into something primal within himself, perhaps tied to his lineage or his connection to the forces of the Dark Continent. Gon's ability to reach such a level of power also raises questions about his origin. If he is not just an ordinary young hunter, but someone whose lineage is linked to these calamities, it could explain his capacity for such immense power. His connection to these forces might be more direct than he could ever imagine, turning his journey of self-discovery into an even more complex and mysterious quest. Another point supporting the idea that Gon may have a connection to the calamities of the Dark Continent is his ability to manifest skills that defy the conventional understanding of Nen. During his fight against P2, Gon displays a form of power that seems to exceed the boundaries of what's considered possible within the laws of Nen. By making such a tremendous sacrifice, he accesses an absurd amount of energy, something not easily explained by training or willpower alone. In doing so, he touches a power that seems deeply ingrained in his essence, a power that transcends the logic of Nen, suggesting an ancestral link to something far more ancient. In his other battles, Gon also displays instinctive behaviors that escape conscious control. His fight against P2, for instance, reveals a Gon who acts more on impulse than calculated strategy. This instinctiveness can be seen as a reflection of an inner force that cannot be fully controlled. Once again, leading us to question the true origin of this energy. Could it be tied to an ancestral power, something more primitive, perhaps connected to the calamities of the Dark Continent? Furthermore, during the Greed Island arc, Gon demonstrates a peculiar ability to use Nen in ways that seem to have an almost magical affinity. His use of his transformation ability and the way he manipulates the reality around him suggest a connection to something beyond common understanding. His ease in adapting and shaping the world around him raises the question of whether Gon's lineage harbors a much more complex power than simply being a talented hunter. Gon's lineage, with its unknown roots, is fertile ground for speculation. His mother, whose identity remains obscure, and the mysteries surrounding his grandfather, Don Freecss, create an atmosphere of secrecy about his origin. The fact that Gon does not fully know his past and was raised by a maternal figure who also hides her story suggests there is more to his lineage than he initially realizes. The mystery surrounding his family opens up numerous possibilities, and one of the most intriguing is the idea that Gon might be a descendant of a force altered by the calamities of the Dark Continent. If this were true, his journey would not only be about searching for his father, but also about understanding the power that was passed down to him. The lack of a clear explanation about Gon's lineage leaves room for many interpretations, including the possibility that the author has reserved a connection between Gon and the Dark Continent's chaotic forces for future revelations. This would make Gon's story not just one of self-discovery, but also of confronting a legacy he does not yet fully understand, one that at some point in his journey may reveal the true extent of the power he possesses. The connection between Gon and the calamities of the Dark Continent, though not explicitly explored so far, remains one of the biggest and most intriguing unanswered questions in Hunter x Hunter. Perhaps in a future revelation, Gon will discover that his origin is not entirely human, that he is a descendant of a primordial force born in the depths of that dark territory, a force capable of altering not only his reality, but the entire fate of the world around him. Hunters, that was our video for today. Leave a like if you enjoyed our video, subscribe to the channel as it is still very new, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.